Ambassador Vexthu had seen many strange things in his 40 cycles of diplomatic service across the Galactic Coalition, but nothing prepared him for what he witnessed on the human colony of New Terra. The incident occurred during a routine inspection of the human military outpost near the jungle territories. Vexthu, along with his Krath security detail, had insisted on observing how humans managed the local fauna, particularly the dreaded Raxian predators that had terrorized 3 previous colonization attempts by other species. Sergeant Maria Chen stood at ease near the perimeter fence, her standard-issue gloves tucked into her belt. She was explaining the patrol routes when a blur of crimson fur erupted from the undergrowth. "Rexian cub," shouted Commander Thrall, Vexthu's head of security. His weapon was drawn before the words fully left his mandibles. The Krath had lost 17 warriors to adult Raxians on their failed colony attempt. Even the cubs were known to be lethal. 4 feet of pure muscle, razor-sharp claws, and neurotoxic saliva that could paralyze a Krath in seconds. But Sergeant Chen merely sighed. "Hold your fire, Commander." The cub, no more than 3 months old by Raxian standards, bounded directly toward the group. Its 6 legs propelled it with terrifying speed, its triple rows of teeth already visible in what every species recognized as a pre-attack snarl. Vexthu felt his breathing apparatus constrict in fear. This was it. He would die on this backward colony world, killed by an infant predator because the humans were too foolish to. The cub skidded to a stop at Sergeant Chen's feet. It looked up at her, made a chittering sound, and grabbed her glove from her belt with its mouth. "Oh, for the love of—" Chen put her hands on her hips. "Rex, drop it." The predator cub, a creature that had slaughtered trained Krath warriors, that had acid for blood and neurotoxin for saliva, that could crush bones with its jaw pressure, looked up at the human. Its ears, all 4 of them, flattened against its skull. "Rex, drop it." Chen's voice held that particular tone of exasperation that transcended species. It was the sound of someone dealing with a repeated minor annoyance. The cub whined. Actually whined. The sound was pitiful, almost apologetic. "I'm not playing this game again. Drop it now." The Raxian cub lowered its head, released the glove, and backed away 3 paces. It sat down, all 6 legs tucked under its body, and continued to whine softly. Commander Thrall's weapon clattered to the ground. Vexthu felt his auxiliary heart stop beating entirely. "Good boy," Chen said, picking up her now slobbered glove with evident distaste. She reached into her pocket and tossed something small to the cub, which caught it with frightening precision. "Now go on, get back to your mom before she thinks I'm trying to steal you again." The cub chirped, actually chirped, and bounded back into the jungle. Silence reigned for a full 20 seconds. "Sergeant?" Vexthu finally managed, his translator struggling with his shock-strained voice. "What in the name of the first dawn was that?" Chen shrugged, wiping her glove on her pants. "That's Rex, short for Tyrannosaurus. Lieutenant Patel named him. Said he reminded her of some extinct Earth predator. He keeps stealing my stuff. Last week it was my boot. Week before that my canteen. You named it." Commander Thrall retrieved his weapon with shaking claws. "You named a Raxian predator and it obeys you. Well, mostly obeys. He's still working on stay." Chen started walking again, apparently considering the matter closed. His mother was injured near the fence about 4 months ago. Doc Martinez patched her up, and she's been bringing Rex around ever since. He's a pain in the ass, honestly. Gets into everything. Vexthu hurried to catch up, his mind reeling. "Sergeant, the Raxians wiped out the Krath colony. They killed the Cytherian researchers. They are classified as Class 5 extinction-level predators." "Yeah, they're pretty dangerous if you piss them off," Chen agreed. "But so are humans, Ambassador. You don't see us attacking everyone we meet. That's completely different, is it?" Chen stopped and turned to face him. "Look, Ambassador, every species in the Coalition sees a predator and thinks threat. You see teeth and claws and assume violence. But humans? We domesticated wolves, turned apex predators into companions over thousands of years. We learned to read their body language, to understand their social structures. When Rex's mom showed up injured, we didn't see a monster. We saw a mother protecting her territory, probably hurt by one of the automated defense drones." "So you healed it?" Thrall sounded scandalized. "We treated a wounded animal showing signs of intelligence and pain. She could have attacked us. Instead, she tolerated our help and left. The fact that she brought her cub back? That's trust, Commander, and trust goes both ways." Vexthu watched as Chen pulled out a small device and pressed a button. In the distance, an answering chirp echoed from the jungle. "You're tracking them?" "Of course. We're not stupid, Ambassador. We monitor the whole pride. 7 adults, 12 cubs. They stay in the southern quadrant. We stay mostly in the northern settlements. Everybody's happy," she paused. "Well, except when Rex steals my gloves." As they continued the tour, Vexthu found himself constantly glancing at the jungle edge. Not in fear, but in wonder. By evening, he had seen 3 more incidents: a different Raxian cub pestering Private Johnson for food, an adult female accepting medical treatment for a wounded leg, and most incredibly, a juvenile Raxian actually playing with 2 human soldiers, a game that involved what appeared to be a floating disc. That night in his quarters, Vexthu began his report to the Coalition Council. He paused over the words for a long time before typing. "The humans do not dominate through superior firepower or technology. They dominate through an incomprehensible ability to turn enemies into allies, predators into companions. They look at a creature designed by evolution to kill, and they see a potential friend. This is not weakness. This is perhaps the most terrifying survival trait I have ever encountered. Recommendation: never go to war with humanity. We would lose not through defeat, but through defection. By the time we realized the battle was over, we would be asking them to throw the disc again." He attached a video file. Sergeant Chen, arms crossed, staring down a Raxian cub. "Drop it," she said. And it did, Whining. Then she smiled and scratched behind its ears. Vexthu sent the report and poured himself a drink. Outside, something chirped in the darkness and a human voice called back, "Good night, Rex." The galaxy, the ambassador reflected, was much stranger than anyone had imagined.